Imagine your company's primary server just lost power. Total blackout. Does your infrastructure survive or, do you lose everything?
That is the ultimate nightmare scenario for a lot of admins.
Right. Today we are taking a deliberate, measured approach to cracking open 5 actual practice questions for the NCA 7.5 exam.
Yeah, that underlying architecture is the key. Knowing why a system behaves a certain way under stress is what separates, well, a certified professional from someone just guessing on multiple choice.
Exactly. We want to see exactly how this system handles everything from disaster to daily maintenance. So if you're preparing for this test, we're going to take our time here. We aren't just memorizing answers, we're really breaking down the mechanics.
Let's do it.
So let's test that architecture with question 1. How does the platform maintain fast storage access when a virtual machine changes physical hosts? The correct answer is B.
This gets right to the heart of data locality. The platform's hypervisor actively works to keep a virtual machine's frequently accessed data physically local to the node that's running it. Yeah, so when a VM migrates to a new host, the system doesn't just leave the data behind. It gradually migrates those active data blocks over to the new physical node.
Right.
This maintains low latency access, bypassing the need to constantly traverse the network to, like, a central storage bottleneck.
Okay, let's unpack this. It's like moving to a new desk at the office. You don't pause everything to haul all 10 heavy filing cabinets over at once. You just slowly bring over the specific folders you're actually using that day.
Right, but imagine those files are constantly being updated and rewritten while you carry them.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The system prioritizes immediate read-write efficiency for the application, so it migrates the data transparently in the background. The user never even feels a performance hit.
Well, that handles a planned, graceful move. But what if the move isn't planned? Like, what if a server just suddenly dies?
That changes things.
Yeah, that brings us to question 2. What occurs automatically when a physical server experiences a sudden hardware power loss? The correct answer is A.
Here we see high availability, or HAA, kick in. The cluster constantly monitors its own environment.
Right.
So the moment it detects a node is unreachable, say the power cord gets tripped, the surviving healthy nodes automatically step in and restart the affected virtual machines.
Okay, but what does this all mean for the admin? Is this system completely foolproof, or is it entirely dependent on having buffer resources just sitting there ready to take the load?
It is absolutely dependent on available resources. High availability isn't magic.
Right.
It requires rigorous capacity planning. It can only restart those VMs if sufficient CPU and memory actually remain on the surviving nodes. If you consistently run your cluster at 99% utilization, HA will fail when you need it most.
Good to know.
Oh.
You have to design the safety net before you fall. But can we catch a disaster before the power actually drops?
We definitely try to.
Right, and that proactive angle leads us to question 3. Which action should an administrator take first when a routine health check reports a critical cluster warning? The correct answer is C.
This tests an admin's evidence-based approach. The absolute first step is to examine the specific critical alert and its supporting logs.
Makes sense.
You have to identify the affected component and understand the root cause before taking action. Performing disruptive operations like restarting services without knowing exactly what's failing, well, that can cascade a small error into a catastrophic outage.
It's essentially like a doctor reviewing a patient's chart and lab results before rushing them straight into surgery. You need the diagnostic data first.
Exactly. And just like in medicine, treating the wrong symptom in IT can actually kill the patient. Investigation must precede intervention.
Well, once the cluster itself is healthy, we have to worry about what's happening inside it. If a threat breaches the perimeter, how do we stop it from spreading?
That is a major concern.
Which is why question 4 asks, which capability allows an administrator to isolate virtual machine traffic within the same logical network? The correct answer is D.
The mechanism here is microsegmentation. Traditionally, once a threat got past the main firewall, it could move laterally across the internal network. Microsegmentation uses application-level security policies to dictate exactly which workloads can talk to each other.
So it stops that spread.
Right. It neutralizes unauthorized lateral traffic without requiring any physical network changes.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Because it's like having secure VIP sections inside an already exclusive club. Everyone might be in the same logical building, but they definitely cannot just mingle freely.
That's a great way to look at it. But instead of bouncers and physical ropes, these boundaries are enforced by distributed firewalls.
Oh, right.
Yeah, running directly at the hypervisor level for every single VM.
So security is tight, the cluster is healthy, resources are planned, but eventually you have to upgrade the software running all of this infrastructure.
You always have to upgrade, yeah.
So how do we do that without bringing down the VIP club? Let's look at question 5. How does the system ensure continuous application availability during a major software upgrade? The correct answer is D.
This relies on rolling upgrades. To maintain continuous uptime, the system intelligently places one physical host into maintenance mode at a time.
Okay, one at a time.
Right. It gracefully migrates that host's workloads to other nodes, relying on the data locality we discussed earlier, actually.
No, tying it back together.
Exactly. It updates that single host, brings it back online, and then moves to the next one.
So it's essentially like repaving a busy highway by shutting down and repaving just one lane at a time to make sure the traffic keeps flowing.
Exactly. But a highly automated lane closure where the cars barely even notice they've been shifted over. The applications stay completely online throughout the entire cluster upgrade.
To summarize, this deep dive covered data locality, high availability, health monitoring, microsegmentation, and rolling upgrades for the NCA 7.5 exam.